Calling you a radical. In like a lion, stayed like a lion. It's like it's going to go out like a lion. March Madness on Balco on chemo. So this is an important video. I'll do a couple of these. And it really doesn't matter how many people watch. I mean, a lot of the times I make these videos for an audience of 1 or 2 because I have links, NRC, everybody who's anybody. I got smart about my activism long ago and understood this genre, how powerful it was, how I could speak to individuals, how I could speak to people in a very personal way through video, through the visual genre. And I got real tactical. And so I am real tactical. I wonder if let's clean this lens off, right, bro? Hey, bro. Bro. There we go. A little better. So, yeah, that's no. So, we're going to talk NRC, your favorite subject. God. Our poor willows. Look at the big old lush beast is suffering mightily. God, that pine I think's had it. They were so beautiful 2011, 2012. What happened? It's another Fukushima coincidence. So let's talk our favorite subject. SMR, small modular reactors. So as you know, the psychos who get led around like the puppets they are, including John Curtis here in Utah, I mean, downwinders, how soon they forget. Well, the nuclear fallout, sure the fuck did you forget. And you don't care about nuclear fallout, well, it cares about you. So, the NRC's released their new fast track, because it's all the rage. That's the only reason we don't have 9 million of these small modular reactors is the government regulations. Okay, all right, okay. So, they've, working with the DOE, the NRC has released their new, to get in line by law, has made them fast track and streamline and be more transparent. So this is what's you need to wake up. This is going to not make the application process faster. It's going to expose that the SMRs are a total fraud. They don't exist because there's a transparency clause in here that wasn't there before. So what it's going to do, this is going to be the nuclear out cheerleaders going to hobnob and jump around and cheerlead and pom-pom like this is good. No, this is the worst thing that ever happened to them because there's transparency in it now for the first time. Now, nobody knows more about the NRC than Kevin Blanch, and they all know me personally, the nuclear rallying cheerleaders, as I call them. I remember being in, here they're having the Senate up for here. Why would they have it at the Omni in Carlsbad? I mean, that's $500 a night. So they can bring the kids, everybody can come. You should have seen them when they have those hearings there because the government dime's paying for it. Oh, God. They, you know, the assistant to the assistant secretary to the assistant shows up with the whole fam. You know, I'm staying there too. But that's because I had a connection, a hook there that would get me a room for almost nothing. And I knew the girls that ran the bar. So I stand up there in the hearing, I'll never forget it, and say, you know, I'll buy, because we always buy as the taxpayer. We can go have a beer and discuss this after. After? Sure shit. I go into the bar. I'm so sick and so broke. But I know the girl that runs the bar there. Here, Kev. Brings me a pint of Guinness. I says, what are they drinking? I says, I can see them where they're all in red wine, huh? I can see it. They're all waving me. How you do, Kev? Blah, 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 you know. I says, they're drinking the most expensive wine in the house, huh? Oh, yeah. I says, how much a bottle? And she says, our most expensive stuff here is about $400 a bottle. And I says, that's what they're drinking. By the bottles on the government dime. That's the way it works. So, stay with me. So it's out. I know it's your favorite subject, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to send this to a few people that I'm connected with, the San Onofre, Diablo Canyon. Oh, the BL on the mountain. Look at the sun shining on the BL. Look at the sun shining on the BL. What's that BL on the mountain there for? What's that BL? Oh, it's for Blanche. My grandkids are saying, God, we're so sick of hearing that one. You're beyond a broken record. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you little Ninja Turtles. I call them my mutated Ninja Turtles because they're, you know, 2011 models. And so NUSCALE, as you know, pump and dump. The greatest pump, and that's what I'll probably tag this, pump and dump. I'll do more on this because your NUSCALE, your great stock, it pumps up to almost $11 a share from one something, you know, the new GameStop. There, I mean, people unconsciously, all you people that bought it at 10, 9, 8, whew, you're praying that they GameStop it again? It could happen. I don't know. I mean, because they have no product, they have no nothing, they have shit. Same with Terra Firma. You know, they even quote Bill Gates' company here that Utah's funding. Why would Utah be funding Bill Gates and Terra Firma? Didn't he steal the operating system here? Fair and Triangle? We had a trial here in 2011. Yeah. Shift F13. Get out your flux capacitors, your I Omega zip drive. So, Utah's funding it out of your bills for clean energy. I got into a conversation with Utah Power and Light rep. That guy's the biggest fucking moron I ever met in my life. And I was at the basketball game because they were sponsoring the game, so I didn't get confrontational with him. I wish I would have now, you know, got my camera on him. You should have heard this fucking moron. You know, tell me, well, that Fukushima reactor was, what are you talking about, old? You know, oh, the SMR is clean. They're not clean and green. Shut, you know how I play. I mean, just a fucking moron babbling. And that's what this fucking idiot does for a living. You know, I'm like, so I got some connections in the NRC. I'll be sending them this. And they know what I know. You know, the whole NUSCALE licensing, she who approved it, she's not with them no more. She worked at Idaho. I mean, Idaho National Labs is the one who's grandstanding saying, yay, look at us. When NUSCALE's already come out and said that we were, how many times have I been in Idaho National? I mean, I know Blake who owns the bar. He's from here. You know, I'm up there all the time. I mean, they're not testing shit. It's a sham. It's free fucking money. So the new license out, and NUSCALE, the stock, I mean, what a sham. No product. No. Well, look at the new Trump stock. Isn't that going to be a phenomenon? Oh my God, we're going to see this crazy psychotic phenomena play out with a presidential candidate in what, 3 or 4, 5 criminal litigation cases, and he takes his Truth Social, they merge with the company and trade under DJT. It's up 61% today. You know, fundamentals aren't going to matter on this stock, are they? I mean, because they have no fundamentals. This company is not profitable. I mean, that stock was what? I think that stock was $17 in January. It's trading at what, 60 something right now? This is going to be nuts, right? It's going to be insanity to watch this play out. I mean, bizarro is what it's going to be. And so I'm an old trader at derivative arbitrage. I mean, I wish I was a trader now, but I'm not. Cancer took care of that for me. So I hope you guys bought puts on NUSCALE. I mean, it went from $11 to $4 in basically 2 sessions. That's a score, you know. But I told you to short the uranium stocks here again a couple months ago. You see, they're finally crashing. It's a pump because there's a renaissance in nuclear. Oh, hell yeah, there's a renaissance in nuclear. Propaganda. So it's all propaganda. Don't you see? It's like, oh, well, demand what? It says, so we're getting ready to refire them up in Japan. No, they're not. There's 50 reactors offline. What, are they going to refire them up in Germany? All 20 they've taken off. No, they're not. Even in freaking Belgium. Yeah, nuclear Waterloo. We have the IEA sponsored freaking propaganda. Oh, the king of Saudi Arabia's there. I guess if they don't go along, they'll behead them. You know, they still chop people's heads off in Saudi Arabia, but they're our allies. Because we're about human rights in the U.S. Human rights. Pop, oh, I'll be dropped. Herbert Hoover. I mean, the more I read about him, the more I'm really starting to really become a huge fan of his. You know, God, what a humanitarian. He fought back against the banana republics. And, no army, no military, no nation has ever, in the history of mankind, has ever indiscretionally mass murdered women and children. Till now, the United States. It revolts my soul. August 7th, 1945. They did it twice. Papapo, I'll be dropped. He's a victim. Fucking psycho. When even Lewis Strauss begged him not to do it. Fucking even Leo, who wrote the letter to FDR, begged him not to. Of course, they had fucking Einstein. I love how they grandstand Einstein. Like Einstein hated those fucking people. Einstein was a fierce, fierce peace activist, a Quaker, and anti-nuclear long before the Manhattan Project ever came along. I mean, pop, pop, whoppy drop, they never stop. Which came first, the nuclear energy egg or the nuclear energy chicken? We're getting come up on Easter, right? You know. So the NRC is fast tracked under congressional law, force them to be more transparent. Well, this is all because, oh, we don't have nuclear reactors everywhere because of government red tape. That's such bullshit. We don't have SMR nuclear reactors because they don't fucking exist. What exists is pork. Pork. You know how much money this government throws out to this fucking nuclear energy fairy tale a fucking year? Oh, where's that money go? It's kind of like NASA. Where's all that NASA money go? It goes in people's pockets. These people become richer and richer and richer. They ain't got no SMRs. There are no SMRs. It's a fairy tale. It's Santa Claus. It's Easter Bunny. They never will. Einstein says you took this technology as far as you can take it. He said that in 1951. He was right. I mean, hell of a way to boil the planet. You know, water boilers. Yeah, let's boil all the Earth's water. That'll cool down the planet, right? Right? Up is down, black is white, wrong is right. Psycho. Think about the opportunity cost that the nuclear industry stole by this process, by all of it. Think about it. You know, for wind and solar. Why we not have wind and solar everywhere? Because politicians and lobbyists block it. Literally, seriously. You could remember when they were selling back in Nevada? And I know people that were homeowners who were making 3, 4, 5, 6,000 a month selling back off their fucking solar panels on their house. What? Oh, well, we can't have that net metering. We can't just because it's unfair. It's unfair to coal. It's unfair to fucking the nuclear industry. Unfair. Do you know the nuclear industry subsidies? You take every other energy that is subsidized through the Department of Energy, which is 12 of them. You times that by 12, you still don't get to nuclear. The Department of Atomic, it's free fucking money. Bill Gates knows this. NUSCALE, fuck, every time you pump the stock, they're unloading. You see the CEO, Jose Reyes, unloaded another $250,000 fucking Friday. Oh, he's like, thank God these idiots pumped it. I thought Ferrari was going to sick. I still have some shares left. Hurry and get out. He sold at 423. You know, so the whole Trump stock thing is going to be, it's going to be something else to watch this. Every time he gets another indictment or a guilty plea or a not guilty, it's going to go whoop, whoop. You're going to be able to trade the Donald Trump dynamic in real time because that's what they're going to do. It's going to be psychotic. They're not going to look at earnings. They're not going to let the fundamentals. They're not going to look at anything. Well, welcome to America. Fucking a price earnings fucking ratio. What the fuck's that? I mean, the average PE on a stock in this country traditionally is about 12. I think right now it's 20 something. You don't give a fuck companies. I mean, it's a fucking giant casino. Well, I wonder what the young people, they can't buy a house working for a living. I mean, it's like every generation did. You got to fucking gamble and take risk, and fucking it's forced them to cryptocurrency. It's forced them to all kinds of crazy fucking risk because they got it. It's the only way they're ever going to buy a fucking house. It's fucking, it forces them into, talk about Herbert Hoover. The problem with capitalism is capitalists. They're too greedy. But, I mean, the government poor capital. This isn't capitalism in our country. Sure isn't fucking socialism. Fucking, I don't know what the fuck. We redistribute more money than any country on the face of the planet by far. But it isn't in our money. We're just using fucking debt. Tax the future. Good to my friends. GOP, we're fiscal responsible. And then you got the Democrats. We're the party of labor and never saw a bomb they didn't like. Never saw a fucking poison fucking planet fucking pork contract they didn't like. And it's not even our money. It's fucking our children's money. It's the future. Tax the future. I mean, we don't give a fuck. We're going, this baby boomers, we were born with all this equity our parents left us. No fucking debt. Not only we spend that up, we're spending all our children's children's. We don't give a fuck. This is the most selfish. It's the great selfishness play. So, the SMR sham. Read through it, and you guys are gonna say yes. We've got it through. It's going to be much quicker and everything because that's what's blocking it. That's never what's blocked SMRs. What's blocked SMRs is they don't fucking exist. So they're saying, okay, they just sent Bill Gates' back again on Friday. You know, they sent it back again. When you have it, let us know. Because they know it doesn't exist. They know it's impossible. And the only reason that license got through NUSCALE was crooked, it was corrupt, it was dirty. Even they've admitted, NUSCALE, we don't have it. After Utah funded them hundreds of millions of dollars and nobody does, well, the Reyes Connect, nobody does anything about it. What a fucking winter we got going. Who's the guy that predicted the drought right to the day that it started? Hey, we're going to get this heat bubble at the greatest drought in 1,200 years. The guy that named it right here. I named it the Great Western North American Heat Bubble Heat Dome right before it happened. Fukushima. Who's the guy that declared it over 2 years ago? You're looking at. Don't ever listen to me, son of Cassandra. I'm right on all this stuff. For I can see for miles, and always good. I could always see the future. Nobody believes me. Nobody thinks, you know. Predicted my own cancer. You know. For whom the bell tolls. I get used up like crazy. I think about on so many platforms. I've used up, I'm plagiarized, but it's always been that way. People have always taken advantage of me, but I've allowed it because I want to be the foot washer. I really want to be the, you know, I really feel like that's the healthiest place to be. I don't want I don't want to be rich. You know, I need money to keep this going on, which I don't have, but I survive. You know, because I have a couple people that believe in my work. You know, the more right I become and the more time comes out on this greatest PhD in human history, the Great Pacific Genocide, the well collapse, the salmon collapse, all of it, the more right I become, the more people flee from me. Because you can't handle the fucking truth. The American populace wants no part of the fucking truth. They're too weak. This fucking country is so fucking, they cannot handle it. They don't want it. They don't see it. You don't want the truth. You can't handle the fucking truth. Our small town, it takes big shoulders to take this on. And I'm tactical. So it really doesn't matter. You know, I have a small group. And, you know, thank God. But, or we're few and there are many. But that's the way it's always been. It's always a tiny, tiny, tiny group that wins. You know, and just keep on fighting on. So read through the NRC. The Donald Trump trade is going to be something else watching this thing because it has nothing to do with fundamentals. It has nothing to do with earnings. You know, it's just like politics. It's political dogma. It doesn't matter what they say. It's what they say they say. Their actions mean shit. These guys have both been presidents. We know their actions. It's like tariffs. I'm a pro-tariff guy. Trump talks pro-tariffs, but once he got in, what did he do? It's like the wall. Let's see. Trump was president, had the House of Representatives. He had the Senate. What did he do? He didn't do shit. He status quoted it. What about Fukushima? Did he mention? And I asked him here. He told me he would. Did he? Nope. What they say, I mean, come on, they're professional liars. They always have been. These are politicians, and you're goo-goo gaga over it. You think it's going to make a difference between Biden or Trump in? Well, we've already seen this fucking movie. Fucking two wannabe fucking Caesars, old fucking geezers. We've seen this fucking movie. This fucking movie sucks. The script sucks. The cast really fucking sucks. Fucking, the ending's fucking terrible. I mean, it's like the worst movie in history, and this is like the worst. What's the worst sequel ever made in movie history? I always say it's The Sandlot was filmed here. You ever watch The Sandlot 2? It's got to be the worst movie in history. Tell by Trump 2. That's the worst fucking puppet show in fucking history. You think there's a difference? There's no. It's been proven. The two debtors who run so much fucking debt. I mean, here's another several trillion. Here's a fucking brillion. Here's a fucking good. You know how much debt these two ran between the two of them? Oh, fuck, it's out of control. So read the NRC, and I hope you guys made some money. You know, shorting it. I hope you made a bunch of money shorting the uranium stocks, which Kevin Lynch has been screaming. Anything to do with nuclear, short the fuck out of it. You know, this thing will get, I mean, you know, you go from 10 to 0 to fucking, I mean, to 1. it's only a matter of time. There's going to be some kind of fucking, there's 20 criminal, lawsuits for insider trading by civil suits. Why is there no criminal suits for insider trading? They knew full well they were pulling this contract with Utah, and they didn't tell anybody, and they were selling stock because there is no SEC. What's the SEC? They're called the Department of Goldman Sachs. It's like the environment. We have the EPA. Oh, you mean the Department of Bear Monsanto? Oh, you mean the Department of Energy? You mean the Department of the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate Cartel? The Fukushima cover-up creeps? Those freaks? Read through this. So you think this is going to... Yeah, John Curtis is going to be all fired up in Utah because he's just a pathetic puppet. Pitiful puppet. You know, they just use these guys. You talk nuclear with these guys, you might as well be talking Mandarin Chinese to them. They don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And yet, we got to get this, we got to get this, we need more money for these small modular reactors, going to save the world. When they don't, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, they don't know that. These politicians don't know that. And I know. I mean, I've been at this for so long and I deal with them. Ignorant, selfish people will elect ignorant, selfish leaders. George Carlin was right. The great selfishness plague. On Balco, on chemo. Stay tuned.